Hey, this is online gear editor Taylor Royak. We're here with one of our test editors, Ron Koch, and we are testing Canyon's claim that it takes 15 minutes to build a bike from their, what's this bike box called, Ron?
This is the Bike Guard box. This is the bike that every Canyon is shipped in. They're a consumer direct brand out of Germany. This bike was actually shipped direct from Germany, still sealed up, and they claim 15 minutes out of the box on the road, so we're gonna see if that's true.
Cool, let's put it to the test.
All right. So, some sharp tool to tape here.
So Ron, can you tell me a little bit about what makes this bike box different from others?
Good question. So far, nothing. It's basically just like every bike box that bikes come shipped in at your local bike shop so far.
A little bigger, maybe?
Yeah, about the same size.
Okay.
No staples, which is nice because those things tend to cut the heck out of you. Just tape and this little tab here, which is kind of nice. So there we go. Bike's inside. Looks like we got a box of bits here.
Okay.
Not sure what's in there yet. Spacer. Another spacer. And a bike.
Nice. So what bike is this, Ron?
This, good question. It is the Ultimate CFSL 8.0 Di2, and
Okay.
it's the women's model.
Okay.
Up here.
I love the color on the handlebar tape too.
Yeah, everything matches all nice. So it looks like some Velcro straps here holding the seat posts and everything together. So Canyon, consumer direct brand, meaning you won't see these in a bike shop. You'll order it off a website. They've been in Germany. They're coming to the States. They're setting up a facility in Southern California as we speak, and they'll be selling bikes by late summer.
Okay.
And this is exactly how people will receive it at home.
Cool. So, now we're in Healdsburg, California for our Editor's Choice testing. Do you want to talk a little bit about how Editor's Choice works and what we're doing with that?
Sure. So we're out here testing what we consider to be the best bikes out there and seeing which ones deserve an Editor's Choice Award, the ones that we feel are exceptionally good and we recommend without reservation, and yeah, the best of the best. And this is a nominee. So,
Do you know how many nominees there are this year?
Oh boy, good question. I'd have to look at the list and count. I have not done that yet.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll be happy to answer them. If we can't get to them right now, then we'll come back later and take care of them.
All right, so I always like to start by putting the seat in the post.
Do you need to put any grease in there or anything like that?
Usually you put some assembly paste,
Okay.
which is like adds a little friction to the system. It looks like someone has already done that,
Okay.
so that's pretty sweet. Let's see, I've actually not used this system before. They got a pretty cool little seat binder right back there.
Neat.
And I always like to put the seat post in first so I can hang it in the stand and finish working on it. So, let me find our wrench to tighten that.
Do you know how much this bike retails for?
I do not know offhand. I'd have to...
Okay, yeah, we got that as a question, but we can come back and answer that
I'll
later
come
on.
back to that. And it looks like I'm going to run into my first snag because my wrench does not fit back here. Let's see if there's any tools in the box. If not, I got one in my pocket. So let's see what's in here
I have one right here, too.
before I go to the car. Alright, so looks like we've got an owner's manual and all the reflectors, all the stuff that comes with the bike. Got the Mavic wheel stuff. Owner's manuals, collectors, and, aha,
There you go.
the wrench.
Someone's questioning why we're working on a picnic table in a backyard.
Because actually this might be how people build their bike, you know? Not everyone has a workshop or a garage, and so why not, right?
Right, yeah, and to reiterate, we are at Editor's Choice Testing. So that means that we're, in Healdsburg, California, and we're, riding from our motel here and testing all these different bikes on different roads here. So it's not exactly our home situation.
Yes, exactly. But this is would be typical, I think, for most people who buy a bike, set it up in their backyard. And this is actually a special time, You should savor it, because it's not that often you get a brand new bike, right? And so I usually like to pick a time and a place where I'm not going to get distracted by anyone, and kind of enjoy the moment, because it's not every day you get to build a sweet new bike. Well, for most people anyway. For us, it's kind of our job. But all right, so more of these super sweet Velcro straps.
So now, what kind of bike is this exactly? Would this be a race bike?
This bike would be a race bike, yes. This is what lightweight, probably put a emphasis on climbing, stiffness. Doesn't appear to have any aero features, although it might. I don't know a ton about this bike, to be completely honest. I tell you, it's very light, just picking it up out of the box. So definitely a lightweight race style bike.
What component group is? So this one has Ultegra Di2.
Correct.
So again, we are testing Canyon's claim that you can take a bike out of their bike guard box here and build it in 15 minutes. I don't know if we're going to make 15 minutes, Ron.
Well, it's possible we may not. And I'm not going at a super fast pace here, to be honest. I'm savoring this build. And that's okay.
Someone's asking if it's Bianchi blue, and it's actually it's a little more teal than that.
Yeah, the Bianchi's got a little more green to it. This is, I would call this a little more teal.
It's a 50-34 cassette. Some people are speculating here on what gear ratios we have, and I am not quite sure of what we got in the back here.
All right, so a fun little build thing I like to do is you gotta watch these Di2 wires on your tightening clamp. But I tend to not try and center everything like the bars, and I actually will leave them crooked on purpose so I don't put the bike down and forget to tighten these or something.
Okay.
It's like a little reminder for me to tighten this. And when it's in the stand, you don't know the orientation of the bars. So to try to guess it now would be a little premature. So I like to actually purposely put them in an awkward position so I don't forget later and hop on it and, forget to tighten something. So, wheel, let's see, quick release.
Again, this is the Canyon Ultimate CFSLX. Canyon will be coming to U.S. in, I'm not sure if we know the month, but summer, right?
Late summer.
Late summer.
We're saying third quarter, which late summer. It was going to be earlier in the year, but they've apparently had a few little delays. It happens. All right, so Wheels on. Got some Di2 wiring going on here. This is the junction box all taped up.
So does the Di2 wiring make it more complex to build?
Actually, it's simpler when you're building it from scratch. It's just a less. I don't know. I tend to find electronic wiring easier to deal with than cables.
Okay.
In this case, it's just a junction box that you slide into a bracket underneath the stem, like so. It snaps into place, and it should, yep, function. So. Yep, everything seems to be pretty dialed from the factory. I would, pretty good.
Great.
No problems there. Everything works. All right, I'm gonna put some pedals on it. Alright, got some pedals. This is where I like to do the final handlebar prep. Now it's down on the ground.
And what exactly are you looking for with those handlebars?
Just putting the hoods, you know, I like the hoods kind of level, just a slight bend to the drops. Everyone's got their personal preference, but I'd say somewhere right about there is where I prefer to put them. Personal preference, of course. And make sure everything's lined up. I'm using a torque wrench on these bolts. They're actually, I find they're easier to under torque than over torque. So this makes sure.
Someone's asking what kind of wheels we have on here.
These are Mavic Cerium Pro.
Exolith CL.
Yes.
SL, sorry.
Alright, and check these. Everything's tight. And we have a rideable bicycle.
All right.
So I will put on my helmet here. Safety first, kids.
All right. Thanks so much, Ron.
And take her for a ride.
All right. Thank you.